Good afternoon, everyone. It's so good to see you. Thank you so much for joining us for our first ever GVP virtual community tea. I'm so thankful to see you on this bright and sunny day, and I have my cup of tea with me. I hope you do too. Um, my name is Dr. Amy, and I am the head of school at Global Village Project. And it's my great privilege to welcome you here today and to be able to lead this amazing school and community. Um, Global Village Project is a very, very special school for newcomer refugee girls with interrupted education, and we serve between 40 and 50 students at a time between the ages of 11 to 18. These young women have missed years of school and are learning English for the first time. Our goal at GVP is to be a bridge for them, a support for them to find the success they need in high school and beyond. We've been holding these authors' teas at GVP since our school started in 2009. There's special times when we all come together to welcome our community into our school and surround our students with support as they share stories, songs, and learning with us. At the teas, our students are the authors, and they present their learning in showcases. And then afterwards, we share tea and treats and sweets and usually lots of hugs. Obviously, this virtual tea is different in some ways. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to share hugs today, but I am deeply thankful that we can be together in our community to celebrate this beautiful sunshiny day, our students, and our connections to one another. I want to thank our incredible staff for their effort, energy, creativity, and collaboration in creating this virtual tea. I have been asking them to stretch and grow in so many ways, and they have been so incredibly creative in their ideas for how we can remain connected as a community together in our mission and our vision. I also want to thank you for doing something new with us and joining us for this tea. Thank you for taking time to be here today and for supporting our global village. I hope you enjoy the tea.
Hey everyone, my name is Danielle Ereddia and I'm the STEAM coordinator at the Global Village Project. I wanted to once again thank you for coming to our virtual tea. As Dr. Amy said, it's not an author's tea made by our authors as students, but it is a community tea. And I can already see in the comments that our community is coming together. We have students, former students, we have staff members, volunteers, community members from all over the country, really, gathering together today to celebrate our students and the Global Village Project community. So thank you so much for being here. Today you're going to hear from a variety of guests. We're going to have a Q&A with Dr. Cassie, a special interview with Mr. Crispin, and an interview with one of our students. And next up is going to be Miss Elise, our wonderful artist in residence, music teacher extraordinaire, and she is going to be sharing how the students are doing in music class virtually and leading us in a song and dance. So without further ado, Miss Elise Witt.
Greetings everyone here from my home studio, EM World headquarters in Pine Lake, Georgia. I'm here to tell you a little bit about what we're doing in music class, but first I thought, why don't we just have a little bit of what we do in music class? So one of the things that's very important as we're all sheltered at home is that we keep moving. So we've been working on this beautiful Qigong movement series to go with one of our songs. Can you just If you feel like standing, or you can do it sitting with your cup of tea, but just feel the moon between your hands. As you inhale, feel the moon expanding, and then exhale and feel the energy as you press it together. Inhale again, and exhale. We're going to take the moon and place it in the sky, and then we're going to take the moon and place the reflection of the moon in the water. Place the moon in the sky on the other side. Place the reflection in the water. Place the moon in the sky as you inhale, and exhale it down, reflection in the water. Inhale it up, and now make the rainbow. Take your hands and paint the wall. Now make dragon eyes and step forward. So try this with me. We inhale, place the moon in the water, exhale, inhale, open the rainbow, paint the wall, make dragon eyes and step forward. The song that we're going to do with this Qigong series is called In These Times. And the words are particularly poignant at this time. It says, in these times, in these uncertain times, I will remain open to the miracle that is each moment. This is a song by Jackie Godden from California, and we're going to do it with our Qigong movements. I will do it a bunch of times to show you, and then we're going to try it. So try this with me. In these times, in these uncertain times, I will remain open to the miracle that is each moment. In these times, in these uncertain times, I will remain open to the miracle that is each moment. Now, if our technology is working, I'm going to have our director, Kate Mull, turn on a recording of this so that you can sing it with me, plus me, plus me. We can have 3 parts. Imagine the students are conducting. They love conducting, and we have the different sections going. So, can we have the recording, please? Let me see.
In these times, in these uncertain
I'm going to do part 2.
I will remain open to the miracle.
I will
Is
remain
each
open
moment.
to the miracle that
In
is
these
each
times, in
moment.
these uncertain times, I will remain open to the miracle that is each moment. That is each times, in these uncertain times, in these times, in these uncertain times, in these times, in these uncertain times, I will remain open to the miracle that is each time, in these uncertain times, in these times, in these uncertain times, I will remain open to the miracle that is each time, in these uncertain times, in these times, in these uncertain times, I will remain open to the miracle that is each moment.
And of course, is fun.
Hey everyone. Thank you, Miss Elise, for that wonderful song and dance. I was dancing at home alone. I hope you were dancing as well wherever you are. If you're just tuning in, welcome to our virtual community tea. Next up, we're going to have an update from Mr. Crispin, our family support specialist, on how the families and students are doing. But while you're watching that, I want to ask you if you have any questions for Dr. Cassie, our curriculum and assessment coordinator. We're going to be doing a live Q&A with her in about 5 minutes. So if you can post your questions in the comments, then we will be answering them live for you. Take it away, Mr. Crispin.
Hello, everyone. I am Mr. Crispin Ilombe, the School Support Specialist of Global Village Project. Thank you for joining us for this community tea. The the special day when we should have been gathering together in the fellowship hall to welcome, to support, and to applaud our girls. I know that at this time, many of you, as you are watching this virtual community, are asking how our girls are doing, how those students from GVP are doing. And today I have a good news for you. All our students, all our girls are doing great. They are at home doing their online learning and they keep thinking about each of you. I just want to tell you that to support the families, to support our students, GVP has been delivering food, homeworks, and other supplies to our students and their families every Friday. And every Friday, when I leave GVP, I have first to start to pack the bus with food bags, with homeworks, with some electronics like iPad, batteries, and so on, to go to give them to our girls. So from GVP, I have to go around Clarkson and to go wherever we have a student from GVP. We have some in Clarkson and even in Stone Mountain. So when I arrive in an apartment complex, it's a wonderful experience to see the girls running and saying, "This is our bus, this is the GVP bus," and they just come to me and say, "Hello, Mr. Crispin, how are you doing? We have been missing," and they are even running, willing to give me a hug. And then I said, "Oh, guys, please, we have to practice physical distancing." And when they come, we are there with that physical distancing. They just keep telling me, "Mr. Crispin, we miss GVP. We miss our teachers. We miss our volunteers. We miss really being again as a family at GVP." So, and I remember that wonderful experience. I was driving around one apartment complex in Clarkston, and a man came. He was serious, and he asked me, "Is this a school bus?" And I said, "Yes, of course. This is the school bus for the Global Village Project." And he said, "How could a school bus delivering food at this time to the student?" And I said, "This is our mission. We are dedicated in supporting our girls and their families." And he said, "I think this is the school I have to support. How can I be involved in supporting this school?" So I said, the best way to support this school is just to go on our website, globalvillageproject.org, and you will see whatever you can do, because GVP is a special school for refugee girls. Our mission is to prepare those refugee girls to be ready for high school. For 3 years, we try to cover all the programs that girls may have been missing in refugee camps before coming to America. And he said, "I am very, 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 very happy, and I'll do my best to get involved." So today, all our girls are just thinking about this day. They would like to be there today, but we are just obliged to use this virtual community. So the girls, like one of them just this morning told me, "Mr. Crispin, I am very proud for being from GVP. GVP has made me who I am today. I remember when I first landed in America, I could not even say a word in English, but today I am here to speak and to express myself." So I just want to say thank you to all my teachers. Thank you to all volunteers and all those who have been supporting us. So thank you so much.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to our live stream. Before we get started with our Q&A with Dr. Cassie here, I wanted to give a quick shout out to our viewers. I see Miss Adrienne is with us, Miss Michelle, Miss Basmat, Miss Mary Lou, Miss Julie, Miss Ginger, our board chair, and Miss Sonia, who's also on the board. So many members of our community here joining us, so thank you so much. Some of our former staff and some alumni in the comments. So I'm really enjoying seeing your comments pop in. And don't forget, you can ask questions in the comments, which Dr. Cassie will be answering live here with us. So Dr. Cassie, our first question for you is just, would you kind of give us a quick update on remote learning at GVP? What does the model look like? How are the students continuing their education? And how are we communicating with them all online?
Sure. Thanks, Danielle. Happy to be here. Thanks, everyone, for being here. Our online or remote learning model is very unique. And one thing that's really unique is it's not something that we planned out, right? It's a very special model that's just for learning in this time of crisis. So what we did is when schools were closed, we brought our girls in, equipped them with our GDP iPads and keyboards, headphones, everything they needed to continue their education at home. We sent homework packets. We set them up on Google Classroom, and Google Classroom is basically where we put all of their assignments. And then we have synchronous lessons 5 days a week. Each girl gets to see their teachers for about an hour and a half at least each day, and there's help time. The main thing about our model is that we really have to include digital literacy and learning about technology. So that's been a really fascinating aspect of our model, is this new literacy that the students are learning. And they're also, of course, having their core classes, drama and art. So another part of what's going on is we have to check in with them daily and their families to make sure we understand their learning needs, troubleshooting anything with them, and also just generally like checking their well-being and the well-being of their families.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Cassie. One of our questions from our volunteers is, how are the students managing the technology use? I know we are using technology in the classrooms, but not to this extent at all. So what are their strengths with that, and maybe a few challenges with that?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, they're fearless, and so are our staff, because we really do have to jump into this type of learning. So there are some struggles and barriers. You know, we had to make sure everyone had the internet, and also virtually helping them is a lot different than helping them in person, right? So screen sharing has been a great deal of help, and our girls are they've learned so quickly. Like they'll have a problem, they'll take a screenshot of what's going on, share it with myself, Danielle, their teachers, and we can help them remotely in that way. But really, I think they're learning and exploring and navigating this very well on their own as well. They message each other. They teach us things that we didn't know about, things like Zoom and Google Classroom that we're learning. So it's been really reassuring that they're lifelong learners, just like all of us, and that they're motivated and enjoying learning this way.
Absolutely. Thank you, Dr. Cassie. I think some of the concerns that our community members have, this was raised by a volunteer, but I think a lot of people are thinking about the long-term effects of this virtual time, if we're able to keep students on track, or if there will be needs for makeup days of some kind. And I know nothing has been decided and firm, but I think we have a good idea about how the long-term effects of this will be.
Yeah, so looking at the growth of our students, we did take our mid-year growth assessments, and the students had already grown so much. So when we left in March, that's 3/4 of the year through. And one of the benefits is that the majority of their learning was done. We didn't get to finish our final integrated unit in person, but we're working on that virtually. So I'm not too concerned. We as a community are not too concerned, because we're continuing to connect with them, making sure they're reading and learning online. And one great advantage, which you probably all know, is that around the nation and the world, all of their peers have stopped at the same time too, right? So at least when they restart school, they're all going to have the same interruption, right? So it's an equitable interruption.
Yes, absolutely. A live question from Miss Laureen is wondering, what can volunteers do to help at this time?
Yeah, great. So Miss Natalie is our interim volunteer coordinator and liaison, and she's been working hard online to engage y'all. And we do miss you, and so do the girls. One thing you can do is join our Facebook page if you haven't. And also, we have a special page for GVP volunteers. One thing we're asking everyone to do is read alouds for the girls. What we're trying to create is some sort of kind of virtual library for them that we've shared some of these read alouds with them already, but we think that'd be a really great thing to give to them over the summer. So that's one thing you can do. And really, you know, just keep engaging with us, asking questions, communicating with us. And pretty soon we're going to have more innovative ways of how you can engage the girls in our community.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're always thinking of ways for that. Another question is, what's going to be done for our graduating students? And are we planning a summer graduation or later?
Right. So our graduation would have been May 16th, right? So that weekend, we're planning some virtual celebrations online, probably like a virtual dance party, maybe some awards and shout outs to the students. So that's one thing. And then Saturday in the works, we're planning on doing a staff and teacher parade, hopefully pass the Form 3 students home. So that's also in the works. And Mr. Crispin and Miss Caitlin, our counselor, are working with me to kind of really think that idea out, right? But we are planning later in the summer, before the school year starts, to have a ceremony, a graduation ceremony for the students, just like we would have in May. That's one thing I know a lot of the girls have asked about, and we told them when we can do it, we're going to do it. We're going to have a celebration and ceremony and give you everything you deserve for coming through the program.
Absolutely. Miss Mary Lou is here. Hi, Miss Mary Lou. And she asked a question. We miss you. She says, what's cooking for summer? A very Miss Mary Lou.
Great question. You can cook with us, Miss Mary Lou, if you have ideas. So we are planning definitely to make sure the students engaged in learning, literacy learning, math, some of the core subjects. So right now we are planning on virtual learning online. So trying to figure out what the best programs are that we can monitor and help students continue their learning. And we're also going to be dropping off books because all of us have had so much screen time, and probably giving them some special magazine subscriptions. So we're really planning that. But what we would like to do ideally is have some sort of weekly virtual meetup to check in where their learning is, to talk about maybe the books we offer them. So we're still cooking up that idea for summer. And if anyone has any innovative ideas, please share them with us.
Absolutely. Miss Amalia is asking, are we taking applications for the fall?
Yes, we are, and we have a lot of applications already. Our intake process will be a little bit different, but yes, we will have a newcomer class just as always, and we are happy to meet those students.
Absolutely. Thank you, Dr. Cassie. We just have time for maybe one more question. We're getting a lot of questions about people asking to donate food, clothes, books, and that sort of thing. What are your thoughts on that?
I think right now that is not our biggest need, and if we do decide to do some sort of drive, you guys will be the first to know. But right now, like our capacity, we're working remotely and kind of, you know, we're not going into school unless we need to, and if we do, we go in solo. So right now, that's not our biggest need, but if we decide to do some sort of drive or something, like I said, we'll involve all y'all.
Absolutely. And before we go, let's remind all of our community members, how do we stay connected if we're a volunteer or not a volunteer, a mentor, a community member?
Sure. We have Facebook, Instagram. You can always email us. Check out our website. All the information is there that you need to stay connected. And remember, if you're a volunteer, you should definitely check out the GVP volunteer group on Facebook.
Absolutely. Thank you, Dr. Cassie. And for those of you that didn't drop your questions or you think of it in a minute, you can always email them to us. You can go to our website, shoot us a question, just posting it on social media. We're here to work with you, even though we can't see you in person. Next up, we have a very special interview with one of our students. I interviewed our student this week. She's doing a special project, an advocacy and problem-solving project about environmental change for discovery education. So next up, our interview with our Form 2 student. Tell me about your project. How is it going?
Oh, which one?
Tell me about your project for the Discover Challenge about climate change.
Global warming.
Mm-hmm.
I named it global warming. I said that the global warming, the ice is melting. Because the ice is melting, the sea level will rise. I know this time we have a big problem, that is coronavirus. But ice melting is a big problem too. But the water in the sea is salt water. So we need to take out the salt. If we take out the salt, we need desalination system. For that, we need a lot of electricity. So I think we can get electricity from power plants or solar panels. But then I said, I think we should use solar panels. We should put solar panels in the deserts because desert is hot and we will get more electricity in the less amount of time.
Can I ask you one more question about your project?
Yes.
I can tell that you're so passionate about the environment and about helping with global warming and climate change. Can you tell me why you're so passionate about this idea?
Miss Marjorie, one day she was telling us about the pollution, that there is a lot of pollution in the oceans and animals are dying. So I kind of feel so bad because in our community there is no recycled trash can and we just put all the mixed trash together, even the plastic. So I start feeling so bad that I am hurting my environment. And then another day she told us about global warming. She said the ice is melting. And then we was learning about people. There was a lot of people in a government and then they can't afford the people, so the government fall. So then I realized that if there is a lot of water, we will have less land. But after a lot of years, we will need more land because people are growing. Like in China, you can't have 2 babies. You have to have only 1 because there are a lot of people there. So I thought we can move water to the deserts. I wanted to help the environment because I did a lot of mistakes too.
Yeah, I think we all make a lot of mistakes and we all have to work on it individually. My last question for you is, what is your dream or your hope for the future for our environment?
I want to help it. I want to help the environment get better, like beautifully. Because in that Thailand they have a lot of trees, it was like a green land. And I love it, so I want in America to be like that too. Like all the countries live happily. And by this project, all the countries need to work together. So that can make them become friends. And also it can help the environment.
Thank you very much to that student, our wonderful Form 2 students, and Miss Marjorie for inspiring our Form 2, all of our students to be science advocates. Next up, we're rounding out the end of this program, but Dr. Cassie is here to say thank you, and then we're going to finish with a very special GVP favorite and update from Miss Elise.
Hello again. So I just wanted to quickly tell you a little bit about how we're doing music with this virtual community. If you have been connecting with your family or people you know far away and using Zoom, you know that there's no synchronous way of connecting, and so we can't just all unmute and sing together. So I've been exploring ways that we can connect and still have songs and share together. The girls have been amazing, and they've actually given me homework. I've been learning some songs that are making them feel good right now, and we've been reviewing all our music vocabulary, and of course singing all our favorite songs. So we do have one plan in the works, and that is we want to make a video of one of our favorite songs. Right now we're voting on which song we want to do, but to have the girls will use their phones or their technology with their tablets or their computers to record themselves as they listen to the song, and then we're going to make a video and having everyone on it. So we're excited about that, hoping to work with Miss Danielle in the technology class to do that, and just working on different ways that we can use this technology in a positive way. I also wanted to let you know that we had the idea to maybe do some live concerts for you to raise money for Global Village Project. Since last week we weren't able to do our annual fundraiser, Tribute to Education. So we are going to be doing a concert on May 17th, that's the Sunday after graduation, May 17th at 7 p.m. And joining me on that concert will be my partner Mick Kinney, who is here right now to join me for this song, a GVP favorite. And he's going to play what he calls his pocket piano, also known in the business as a melodica. So this is one of the favorite songs of GVP, and it is a song, even if you don't know it, you can do call and response. Whatever I sing, you sing with me, and then sing with me on the chorus. This is a song by Terry Garthwaite called Shine On, and I would like to give a Shine Award to all of our staff for putting together this amazing technical feat. We really miss having the girls on it. It was great to see them in the videos and the photos. But thank you to Miss Danielle and Miss Kate for putting this technically together, and all the staff. We've been incredibly blessed to be so connected with each other, even as we can't be together. So, shine on. I can feel the heat like a ball of fire, like a heavenly sound of the gospel choir. I can see the light like a brand new day, like a bolt of lightning. It takes my breath away. Shine on, shine on, shine on, shine, a heavenly light. Shine on, shine on, shine on. Try singing that with us. Shine on, shine on, shine on, shine, a heavenly light. Shine on, shine on, shine on. I can hear the sound like a charming bell, like a soft reminder all is well. I can feel the beat like the wings of a dove, like a heart on fire, full of the light of God. Shine on, shine on, shine on, shine, a heavenly light. Shine on, shine on, shine on. Sing the chorus again. Shine on, shine on, shine on, shine, a heavenly light. Shine on, shine Beautiful. And to end today, I would like for us to do our traditional bowing out like we do at the end of every music class. This takes our GVP core values, and we can all do it together. So right where you are at your house, maybe with your cup of tea, put it down. I am powerful. I am gentle. I am a student. I am a teacher. I am beautiful. I am kind. I am appreciative. I am respectful. I am responsible. I am a lifelong learner. Thank you all so much for joining us today. We hope to see you again on May 17th for a virtual concert with Mick Kinney and me. And who knows, maybe with the technology, we can have guests from all over the world. I don't know. Stay tuned for that. I'll turn it back over to Danielle, and thank you all so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much, Miss Elise, for that beautiful bowing out. I've had the privilege and honor of sitting in a lot of Miss Elise classes, both in person and virtually, and it's always a highlight of my week. So before we had some technical difficulties, but I was really just trying to share with you about a special GA gives on Giving Tuesday in response to the coronavirus. And so y'all should be able to help us and support us that way next week. And we'll send you more information about that, and across social media you can find out more about that. But really, thank you all so much for being here at our first ever community tea. And hopefully we have more, both virtually and in person in the future. Thank you, thank you, thank you.